So we will start with the load line analysis of in case of diodes and how this load line is helpful for basically analyzing the diode circuits. So basically what happens when a diode circuit is there in any circuits, we will be drawing a load line. Basically we have the VD versus ID. So VI characteristics of diodes we draw. Okay, so in that we know like the initially the diode is having a zero current, but after the new voltage it will be having some current and start flowing the current. Okay, so this is the VI characteristics of a diode in the forward case. But in the same case, like a diode is there, if that diode, this is the case. So here, if a diode is there, but it is used in a network. So in a circuit, this diode is being used. So what we will do is we will have, first of all, we will be having a diode, and with respect to applied input voltage to the diode, it will be having the current flow, okay, either in forward or reverse bias. So the current flowing through diode and the voltage across the diode, that will basically define the diode characteristics. Okay, but if we analyze the complete network, so in that a voltage source is there and this diode is there, and along with that a load resistance is there. Okay, so in that case we will analyze this complete circuit. So if we are going to analyze this complete circuit or the network, and there we are going to plot the ID and the VD for this complete network. Okay, so it can be considered like when we are going to have this ID and VD curve plot for the network, then it will be coming out to be a straight line. Okay, so the point to the point where this network characteristics, okay, or the complete circuit VI characteristics and the diode characteristics, that will be cutting to each other at a particular point. So this point will be called as a Q point or the quiescent point, or it is a point that will be not moving or that will not be varying. Okay, that's why it is called a still point. Okay, or it will be unvarying point or Q point, that is called quiescent point. Okay, so quiescent point means the point that will not be changing. Okay, that means once we have applied the DC voltage to the diode, this will is the point at which we will be analyzing the properties or characteristics of this diode. So at this particular point, what is the current flowing through this diode and what is the voltage drop across this diode? Okay, so that will be basically the diode DC diode characteristics in DC application, applied DC applied voltage. Okay, so here the straight line that we draw. Okay, so the relation between the ID and VD. So ID and VD for the complete network will be giving us a straight line. So this straight line is called load line. Okay, and this load line will be for the complete network, that is the complete network of the circuit. Okay, so here we will see this load line. So load line will be basically it will be a straight line. It will be a straight line obtained after plotting ID and VD for the complete circuit, or we can call it the complete network. So whatever network the diode is connected with, the complete network ID and VD curve will be a straight line, and that straight line will be your load line. Okay, this will be your load line. Okay, so if we are going to consider this load line for analyzing any diode circuit, then that analysis will be called as load line analysis. So at what particular point this load line and the VI characteristic of a diode. So okay, so this characteristic is characteristic of a device. So that is either diode or a transistor or whatever component that we are going to analyze with. So whatever behavior of the diode is there, that is the curve, and this is the DC load line where it will be cutting. This will be your Q point. Okay, and at this point, whatever VD value is there, this is called VDQ, and whatever current we will be getting, it will be IDQ. This is quiescent point current or quiescent point voltage. So at that particular voltage, how the diode is behaving, like what is its characteristic, that will be basically considered for the analysis. Okay, so this is your DC load line. Now we will derive some expressions like what will be this end point and what will be this end point of DC load line, and what particular point this will be representing. Okay, so for that we will consider the KVL case. So by using Kirchhoff's voltage law, okay, so whatever uh, voltage drop is there, whatever energy supplied and whatever energy drop is there, that will be equal. So by KVL to this complete network, we can just write. So it is, this is the E voltage is there. Okay, so this E voltage is the supply, and here some voltage is drop at the diode and some voltage will be dropping at the resistor. So this E, that is total supplied, minus this VD minus VR will be coming out to be 0. Okay, so this is the case. So here in that case, if we apply like E is equals to that will be there VD plus VR. So this VR is basically the current flowing through this and the resistor multiplied by resistor. So this is ID basically, or this ID is equals to IR. So this is the current. The same current is flowing through the resistor also. So this will be ID, or it will be equals to IR. Okay. So this VR, we can represent it like IR into R. Okay. So this is the KVL equation for the network. So from this KVL equation, we can just consider two different points. So if we consider like if VD is equals to 0, so one thing from the graph we can see. So this is ID versus VD curve. So the load line is a straight line. So to draw a straight line, we need to have two different points. So we will find this point, this is point 1, and the point this one as point 2. So these points, if the value of these 2 points are known, we can draw the straight line or the load line. So we will just find out these 2 points. So this point 2 is the point where VD value, so the VD value is coming out to be some non-zero value, but at this point the ID is 0. So at point 2, ID value is 0. Okay, and similarly at this point, point 1, current is some value, having some value, but at this point the VD value is 0. So we will put these conditions into the KVL that we have obtained. So we will first put VD equals to 0, and then we will put ID equals to 0. Then what is coming out to be there, we will just see. So once we will be putting this VD equals to 0, this will be 0. That means E will be equals to 0 plus ID, or ID, or we can just put IR into R equals to E. So, okay. So from there, IR or that is ID. So IR and ID are equal. So ID will be equals to E by R. Okay. Similarly, if we will be putting ID equals to 0 or this is equals to IR itself. So once we are putting this value to 0, E will be equals to VD, or we can say VD will be equals to E. So these are the two different points. So here, when VD equals to 0, ID equals to E by R. That means when VD equals to 0, at that time, I will be equals to E by R. Okay. Similarly, if ID is equals to 0, we will be finding this VD equals to E. So this is the two different points connecting to the DC load line. Okay. So from there, we can just plot the DC load line. Okay. So this equation itself is going to define the DC load line. Okay. And the two extreme points of DC load line will be just given by like ID, that is equals to E by R, and VD equals to E. Okay. So from above equation, that is E is equals to VD plus IR into R. So the graph that is there, that is what between ID and VD. So we can just write it like VD plus IR is nothing but ID. Okay. So we will plot in the terms like output is ID. So in terms of ID, we will be plotting it. So ID will be equals to like, it will be E by R minus VD divided by R. Okay. So from this we can obtain this as the expression, or we can just see like this is one of the expression or equation, one of the equation of the DC load line with respect to ID and VD plot. Okay. Similarly, the another equation, that is the current equation for the diode. So forward current equation, for diode is basically ID is equals to IS. ID equals to IS e to the power VD divided by NVT minus 1. This is the diode forward current equation. Okay. So the forward current equation or the current characteristics that is there, that is going to cut this load line. Okay. That means these 2 points will be cutting each other at a point. So by using these two, by solving for the ID and VD, we can get 2 different points by solving these 2 equations. So that 2 points will be IDQ and VDQ. So these points will be the points of quiescent point. So these are the current and voltage points of quiescent point, or these 2 points like VD and ID are also called operating point. So this operating point is the voltage and current at which the diode will be operating. Okay, so we will be finding the characteristic of the diode based on these two values, that is operating point values. Okay, so this is the basic analysis of a diode with the help of this DC load line characteristics. So this is the method, you can say one of the method employed to obtain the Q point by using the graphical method basically. Okay, so whenever like we are given this characteristic, diode characteristics, from the circuit we can just obtain a DC load line, this load line, and at what particular point it is cutting. So these points will be obtained, like at what voltage it is cutting each other, and the current. So these voltage and currents will be your operating point voltage and currents of the diode. Okay, so that 2 points, operating point voltage and currents, will be the solution of the equation basically. Okay, so our solution of this network, like whatever voltage drop across this diode will be there, and whatever current will be flowing through this diode. So once we know the current flowing through this diode and voltage drop across this diode, we can get the value of VR. Okay, so we can get the value like what is the current flowing through this resistor, and also what is current flowing the voltage drop across this resistor. So this is load resistor is there. Okay. So this is one of the method through which we can find out uh, the characteristics or the different components of a network. Okay, so now we will see some examples. So based on that, how we can analyze a diode circuit, and these analysis, whatever we are going to see into the next some of the next slides, we will use the similar concept to analyze the further uh, diode circuits that will be implied with the help of diodes, that will be rectifier circuit or clipper and clamper circuit. So we will see some of the questions. So suppose we are having a diode circuit that is having a voltage. Suppose this voltage is coming out to be 10 volt, and we are having a diode that is connected with a resistor, that is a resistive load. This RL value is 0.5 kilo ohm. This is the output voltage. Okay, and here this is the voltage drop across the diode, and the current in the diode should be flowing only in this direction. That means the current should be flowing from this positive or p type side to n type side. Okay, so this is the conventional current direction basically. And if this conventional current direction is having the similar direction with whatever source we are applying, so here E source is being applied of 10 volt, so this is positive and this is negative. So the in because of this source, the current should be flowing in this direction only, and this direction of current is having the same direction as indicated by the diode current. Okay, that means the current flowing through this applied external voltage source will be in the same direction. So this diode will be considered to be a forward bias, or to be considered as a forward bias, what we see is, in case of forward bias, the positive, or we can call it the p type of diode, should be connected to positive supply, and n type of diode should be connected to negative supply. So from this circuit we can just see, like this positive source, positive terminal of the source voltage or supply voltage is connected to the p type. That means this diode is forward bias. Okay, so if diode is forward bias, that means diode can be said like it is in on mode. So diode is working in on mode. Okay, so once the diode is working in on mode, we can replace the diode with its equivalent circuit. Okay, so this analysis of this circuit can be done based on different methods. Okay, so one of the method is by using DC load line, or we just write load line circuit. So the one of the method that we can use is load line method, or we can use approximate method. Okay, so we will just see like how we can do the load line analysis. So in this case, suppose this is the circuit, in that we have been given yes, so here we have been given the diode characteristics. Diode characteristics given, or we can just see like a diode circuit is there. So from that circuit, practically we can just find out what is the current flowing through this diode and what is the voltage across this. Based on that, we can just plot this diode characteristics. And now we will find out the DC load line. Okay, so with respect to that, we need to find out the DC load line. So to find out DC load line, we need to find out this point and this point on the graph. Okay. So once we have find out these points, the diode characteristics, and this is network characteristics. At that point, these two are cutting. This will be your operating point, and at this point, what will be the value of VD and ID? That will be your solution to the circuit. Okay, so from there, this is the method called load line analysis. So in the load line analysis, analysis we need to perform, but this is considered to be a graphical method. That means we will be having a graph of diode characteristics, and we will be having a graph of network characteristics. Okay, so network characteristics, and it will be cutting out at a particular point. So this will be your operating point or viewpoint. So that will be the diode voltage and current. So from there, we can find out the diode voltage and current. Next method that we generally go with is the approximate method. So in further questions or further applications, we will be using the approximate method. And in some cases, if it is given like the diode is ideal, so in ideal case, the diode analysis will be somewhat different. So one method is like load line method, otherwise approximate. So next method can be an case where diode is considered as ideal. Okay, so approximate method is nothing but the practical method, or the diode is being considered as a practical diode, and next method is the ideal method. Okay, so in that we will be considering like diode is working in ideal mode. Okay, so if it is approximate mode, so then what we will use is we will be replacing this diode with its equivalent voltage. Okay, so like a diode is there, if it is forward bias, based on the type of diode. So if diode is of silicon, so generally we will be considering the diode is of silicon. So if diode is represented like this, that means if nothing is given, either it is germanium or silicon or gallium arsenide, whatever material is being used to fabricate this diode, if it is not given, we will be considering it as ideal. If a diode is there and it is written like Si, that means it is silicon diode. So if it is silicon diode, means it is a practical diode. Okay, so in that case, the knee voltage will be considered as 0.7 volt. Okay, so sometimes it will be written like this is the diode symbol is there, on that it will be germanium, it is written. So in that case, we will be using 0.2, or sometimes it is 0.3 volt. Okay, so we will check whether we can have 0.2 or 0.3. If it is given into the question, we will be taking whatever voltage it is given, or we will be considering 0.3 for this germanium case. Okay, so here if it is like given it is a silicon diode, we can take a silicon diode. Okay, so if it is silicon diode, in case of forward bias, it will be represented by a plus minus 0.7 volt. So this will be the VD across this diode. Okay, and here also its equivalent circuit represents it voltage along with a resistor. And if resistance value are F, forward bias resistance. So if resistance value is not given, we will just consider only the voltage source only. Okay, so this will be the equivalent circuit So this is 10 volt, this is 7 volt, and this will be the resistance. So whatever resistance is there, that is 0.5, and the voltage across this resistor will be your V output. So this will be the approximate analysis. So from there, we need to find out the value of ID, whatever current is flowing through this circuit. What is the current flowing through this circuit, and also the voltage drop across the resistor, and also we need to find out the current flowing through this resistor, so that IR, so this IR and ID will be equal. So ID will be equals to IR because only the single circuit component is there. So to find out this, we need to find out the KVL. So by using KVL, we will just write like E minus, this is plus minus. So to write the KVL, we can just have the polarity of each component. So this is plus. So starting with this way. So what is the exiting polarity? This is positive. So to this supply voltage, exiting sign polarity is plus. So it will be like plus E. And next, this component is there. The exiting sign is negative. So we can write exiting sign negative 0.7. So in that case, here resistor is there. This is positive and this is negative. So exiting sign is negative. So you can write negative voltage drop across this resistor, or that is nothing but the V out, which equals to 0. Okay. So this E is equals to 10 volt minus 0.7 minus 0. V0 is equals to 0. That means V0, that is output voltage, will be equals to 9.3 volt. Okay. So from there we can get the voltage drop across the resistor. So V0 will be equals to voltage drop across the resistor. Yes, that will be 9.3 volt. Now we need to find out the current flowing through this. So to find out the current flowing through this, so whatever current will be there, so that current can we find out like whatever current is there flowing through the resistor, the same current will be flowing through the circuit. Okay. So current flowing through the resistor will be the voltage across the resistor divided by the resistance value. So this is 9.3 volt divided by the resistance value. So this is 0.5 kilo ohms. Okay. So from there we can just find out it is coming out to be 18.6 milliampere. Okay. So ID will be equals to 18.6 milliampere. Okay. So this is how we will be analyzing. So another case of ideal. Suppose the diode is ideal. Suppose this diode is ideal. In that case, what will be the equivalent circuit? So in case of ideal, if diode is ideal, that means it is forward bias. The diode will be forward bias, means there will be a 0 voltage drop across this. And this will be the okay. So voltage drop across the diode will be 0 volt. Okay, and this is 10 volt, and this is voltage drop across this is 0. So whatever current that will be flowing, this will be the ID. So by using the KVL, now we can just see. So here voltage drop is 0. So whatever voltage is there, the same voltage will be coming out here. Okay. So V0 will be equals to E will be equals to 10 volt. And before that, we can just write the value like the voltage drop across the diode is 0, as diode is short circuit. Okay, so this diode will be represented like it is on, the voltage drop. Once it is on, it will be having like diode will be having a voltage drop of 0. So in ideal characteristics, we have seen. So if this is the diode, in once we are applying the voltage VD greater than or equals to 0, greater than or equals to 0, the voltage drop will be, so this is VD versus ID. So this is the characteristics, and in negative direction it will be like this. So current will be 0 whatever negative voltage we are applying. So in reverse bias case, the current will be equals to 0, but in forward bias case, voltage will be equals to 0 for whatever current of the circuit it is flowing. So current will be some finite value, but the voltage drop will be 0 if it is forward bias in case of ideal circuit, ideal diode. Okay, so the same current is some finite value, but the voltage drop will be 0. So here, if it is voltage drop 0, the same voltage drop will be coming out to be voltage drop across the resistor. So V output will be equals to 10 volt. Okay, so once we have find out the V output, we can find out the ID. So ID will be nothing but the IR, current flowing through this resistor. So current flowing through this resistor will be given out to be voltage drop across the resistor divided by the resistor value. So this is output divided by R. So from there we can just write ID is equals to, so V naught equals to 10 volt divided by 0.5 kilo ohm. Okay, so that will be coming out to be 20 milliampere. So that means when this is VD equals to 0 or higher, the current that will be flowing is 20 milliampere. Okay, and similarly, if suppose we want to analyze the circuit in case of reverse bias case, whatever reverse bias voltage we are applying, so that same reverse bias voltage will be coming out to be across the diode also, because it is open circuit. So that we will see into the later. So okay, so this is how the analysis we can done to a given circuit of a diode. So this is the given circuit. We can analyze this based on like the first method, that is diode load line method. So in load line method, it is like we are going to plot the graphs, and by using this graph, we can find out whatever the current flowing through the diode and whatever voltage drop across the diode is there. Okay, so for this analysis, we need to have the diode characteristics and network characteristics, and it will be cutting out to a point. So this point will be your operating point or Q point. Okay, so the next method is approximate method. That is, we will be replacing this diode with the practical diode. Okay, so that practical diode will be replaced by a voltage source. If it is forward bias, it will be having a voltage drop of 0.7 volt in case of silicon diode. If it is reverse bias, it will be open circuit. Okay, in case of ideal case, if it is forward bias, it will be short circuit, the voltage drop will be 0, and if it is a reverse bias, it will be open circuit. So this is how the analysis we will be doing. So in most of the cases, we will be doing the practical case analysis, like the diodes are considered to be a practical diode. Then how this diode behavior will be varying, we will see that. So now we will see the second question, like how we can analyze the another diode characteristics if it is there. So in that case, suppose we are having a diode. So the same circuit, whatever circuit is there. Okay, this is right. Okay, so this is the diode. So which the diode current is flowing, and this is the supplied voltage. So suppose this voltage is applied as 0.5 volt. Okay, and the resistance is 1.2 kilo ohm. Okay, so here also this circuit, this is the some circuit that is you can say the conventional circuit structure that everyone can understand. Okay, so this is plus minus and this is plus minus. Okay, so this is output voltage. But this circuit can even be given like this will be like plus 0.5 volt with a diode and a resistor and ground. So the same circuit can be represented at this also. Okay, so you need to just simplify the circuit like this so that you can understand each and every component of the given circuit. So this could be also a given circuit. So here what we need to do is we need to find diode voltage drop across the diode, and the voltage drop across the resistor, and ID, that is the current flowing through the circuit. This we need to find out. Okay. Okay. So by seeing this circuit, can anyone tell like the diode is in forward bias or reverse bias case? So if this is a practical silicon diode, yes.
The forward
Can anyone?
bias.
So it will be forward bias.
Forward.
Okay. So if it is forward bias, okay. Any other? It will be a forward bias or reverse bias. Okay, no problem. So I have got the response like it will be a forward bias. Okay, so here the diode is like it is applied with a source that is 0.5 volt. So positive terminal is applied to here and the negative terminal is applied to N type of the diode. So it is coming out to be a forward bias. Okay, but there is a case. So when the forward bias is there, first of all, a diode is there. So this is whatever positive voltage we are applying. So that positive voltage is greater than 0. So that will be like the diode characteristic will be plotted in forward bias region. But this is the point called knee voltage. In case of silicon type of diode, it will be 0.7 volt. Okay. So if we are applying the diode voltage that is less than the 0.7 volt, then the diode will be in forward bias, but it will be in off state. It is in forward bias, but it will be in off state. When we are applying VD, that is diode voltage, voltage across the diode that is greater than 0.7 volt, then the diode will be considered as diode is on. Okay, so in that case, it is in forward bias, but the diode will not be on because the applied voltage is 0.5 volt only. So it is less than the 0.7 volt, that is the knee voltage of this diode. That means it is less than the knee voltage, so it will be like the diode will be behaving like an off state diode. So here we can just write the diode will be in off state. Okay, so if diode is in off state, we can just write the circuit. It is plus minus 0.5 volt. If it is off, this will be an open circuit. Okay, so it is diode will be having like an open circuit, and the next rest component will be connected like that. So this will be the voltage drop, V output, and resistance value is 1.2 kilo ohm. Okay, so we can just analyze. If diode is off, that means it is open circuit. If it is open circuit, whatever current, what current will be flowing through this diode? ID flowing through this complete circuit will be 0. Yes, it will be 0. Okay, so the current flowing through this circuit will be a 0 as this diode is in off state. So from there we can just conclude like ID will be 0 as diode is off. Okay, so ID will be 0 as diode is off. So at that point we will analyze this circuit. So if current flowing through this circuit is 0, so whatever voltage drop is there across this resistor or VR R, that will be equals to V output, that will be, so voltage drop comes out to be I R, whatever current flowing through this resistor, into this resistor value. So I R, that is current flowing through this, is 0 multiplied by 1.2 kilo ohm, so that is coming out to be 0 volt. So voltage drop across the diode, voltage drop across this resistor, or the voltage drop across the resistor given by V output will be equals to 0 volt. Okay. So this will be the voltage drop across the resistor. So if the voltage drop across the resistor is 0 volt, so what will be the voltage drop across the diode? So to find out the voltage drop across the diode, what we will do is, so here this is positive and this is negative, this is the voltage drop across the diode. We will apply the KVL. So by using the KVL to the network, okay, so we can just see, so for each component we have the sign. So from there, once we will be writing the KVL, so this is, we are exiting this component as a positive terminal, so this will be coming out to be 0.5. So this is 0.5. The next component is diode component, that is having a conventional sign of voltage is like this is positive and this is negative, so it will be coming out to be minus VD. And then in case of resistor, so here this is exiting with a negative sign, they will be putting it this. So all this voltage components sum will be equals to 0. This is the KVA. Okay. So from there, so this VR value we have already seen, it is 0. So from there we can just conclude VD equals to 0.5 volt. Okay. So here the diode is open circuit and the voltage across this diode will be coming out to be 0.5 volt. Okay. So this will be your voltage drop across the current, voltage drop across the diode, and the current flowing through this is coming out to 0 ampere, and the next is voltage drop across the resistor is coming out to be 0 volt. Okay, so this is basically the analysis in case of the diode. We are having a voltage applied that is less than the knee voltage. In that case, the diode will be considered to be an off mode, and this is how it is being analyzed. So in that case, if it is off, even that case also, the voltage drop across the diode will be 0.5 volt. Okay, it's not like this is a 0 volt. So the next question we will see. Suppose we have a silicon diode. Along with that, we have another LED. This is the sign of an LED. It is a red LED. Okay, and this is your output voltage. This is positive and negative, and this resistance value is 650 ohm. Okay, and here the knee voltage in case of silicon is suppose 0.7 volt, and the knee voltage in case of a red LED is coming out to be 1.8 volt. So if this is the given case, now we need to find out what will be the current flowing through this circuit, and the along with this whatever the current flowing through this circuit is there, and along with that whatever voltage drop across the resistor will be there. Okay, so these two components we need to find out. So from there, for the analysis purpose, we will be writing out the equivalent circuit. So in that case, this will be 12 volt plus minus. Okay, and this silicon. So first of all, we will be considering like if this diode is forward bias or reverse bias. Okay, so if it is forward bias and it is forward bias such that the applied voltage is greater than 0.7 volt or the knee voltage, then it will be represented by its equivalent 0.7 volt. That will be considered as an on mode. It will be working in on mode. Okay, so it is 0.7 volt is their cut-in voltage and the applied voltage is 12 volt. So it is much greater than 0.7 volt. So it will be in on mode and it will be represented by its equivalent voltage. Okay, similarly, this is another diode. Its knee voltage is 1.8 volt, and in that case also the applied voltage is 12 volt, that is much greater than 1.8 volt. So this will also be in on mode. So its equivalent resistance, its equivalent circuit will be like plus minus 1.8 volt. Okay, and a resistance value is there. This is output voltage and this is 650 ohm. Okay, so this will be the equivalent circuit. So now in this equivalent circuit, a current ID will be flowing. So by using this KVL, we can just write. So this is positive and negative. So by KVL, we can just write like it is 12. This is coming out to be exiting with positive voltage. This component exiting with positive voltage, so plus 12 volt, and this is exiting with negative. So it will be negative 0.7. This is again a negative, so it is negative 1.8, and it is again exiting with the negative sign. So negative, the voltage drop across this. So voltage drop across this is V naught. It's coming out to be 0. Okay, so from there we can find out the V naught. Okay, so this V naught is equals to 12 minus 0.7 plus 1.8, that is 2.5, is equals to 9.5 volt. So V naught is equals to 9.5 volt. So this is V naught is equals to voltage drop across the resistor. So once we need to find out the ID, so ID will be equals to IR, the same current will be flowing. So in that case, whatever the current flowing through this resistor, the same current will be flowing through here also. So that will be the voltage drop across the resistor divided by the resistance value. So voltage drop is nothing but 9.5 volt divided by 650 ohms. So we can just find out whatever the current is there. So this current will be coming out to be 13.97 milliampere. Okay, so this will be the current flowing through this circuit. So this is the simplified analysis. Okay, so the next question we will see, that is having concept. So in that case, suppose this is plus 20 volt. A diode is connected opposite to the first diode. Okay, so this is the silicon diode and this is also a silicon diode. Okay, so if this is the circuit, the current will be flowing in this direction. Okay, so this is ID direction, and the voltage drop across this, suppose it is VD2, and the voltage drop across this diode is VD1. Okay, so now here we need to find out the same, what will be what will be the VD1, what will be the VD2, what will be the voltage across the resistor, and what will be the current ID flowing through this component. Okay, so these are the points we need to find out. So first of all, we will see which diode is forward bias and which one is reverse bias. So here in the first diode, diode 1, we can just see this one is positive and this is negative. Okay. So here this is positive and this is negative. So this positive is connected to plus or positive terminal of the supply voltage, and this is negative. So in a negative, it is connected to the negative uh, terminal of the power supply. So this diode is forward bias. Okay. So if this is forward bias, okay. So if this is forward bias, it will be such that it is considered to be in on mode. Okay. So it will be in on mode. It will be on such that there will be some current flowing through this. But in the second case, this is the negative terminal. Okay, negative terminal of the diode, and this is the positive terminal, and this negative terminal is connected to a positive supply voltage. So this is in reverse bias. Okay, so the first one is forward bias. So it is forward bias, and the second one is in reverse bias. Okay, so second one is a reverse bias. That means the current flowing through this will be a 0. So if it is forward bias, we will be placing it like it is an equivalent circuit with 0.7 volt forward voltage, and this is reverse bias, so it will be open circuit. So the reverse bias means the current flowing through the circuit will be ID. Because it is reverse bias, there will be an open circuit. So once it is open circuit, there will be no current flowing through this, so ID will be equals to 0. Okay, so in that case, diode 2 is basically off. That means it will be open circuited, so the current that will be flowing through this network will be 0. So that means the current flowing through this is 0. So we will just consider the diode 1 now. Okay, so if in the diode 1 ID is flowing through is 0. Okay, but it is connected to a positive terminal voltage. So in the previous case, we have just seen, so here it is in on mode. Okay, but it is in on mode such that we have applied some positive voltage. Okay, and in that some positive voltage we have applied, but the current flow, if it is on mode, the current, can just write, the current will not be equals to 0. The ID current is not equals to 0 when it is on mode. But if it is applied with some positive voltage, but it is in off mode, in that case the current flowing is 0. Okay, so here current flowing is 0, and in that case, even if we have applied a positive voltage, it will be considered to be an off mode. In case of on mode, the current flowing through it should be non-zero. Okay, but here we are saying like the current flowing through this diode is 0. So when the current flowing through this diode is 0, then what we will do is we will just not write the equivalent circuit as this. So the equivalent circuit will be here like plus 20 volt, and this will be in on mode, but voltage drop across this forward bias diode will not be equals to 0.7 volt. It will be behaving like an short circuit diode. Okay, so here the voltage drop the VD1 will be equals to 0 as the current flowing through it is 0. Okay, so as the current flowing through it is 0, it will not be having 0.7 volt of voltage across this diode. Okay, so this will be the correct equivalent circuit. So here the current will be equals to 0. So this will not be the correct one. This will be the correct representation in case of the circuit. Okay, so here this is 5.6 kilo. So once this is the correct expression, from there we can just find out what is ID is 0. So once ID is 0, we can find out what is the voltage across this. So to have this voltage across this VD2, so by using KVL, we can get plus 20 minus this is 0. So this 0 will be there, and this is minus VD2 and minus this voltage drop across here will be again 0 voltage will be there because there will be 0 current flowing through it. So voltage drop across the resistor will be 0. Okay, so that means the VD2 voltage will be equals to plus 20 volt. Okay, so here the voltage drop across the diode 2 will be equals to plus 20 volt, and the voltage drop across the one diode is 0 volt. Diode 1 will be 0 volt. Okay, so this is how we will do the analysis. So this is all about the basic analysis of diode circuits. Now the next topic we will see into the next class, that is a rectifier as a application of diode in case of AC signal we are applying. So how we can rectify this AC from the DC. From the AC, how we can find the DC component with the help of a rectifier circuit, and how it works and what different types of rectifier circuits are there. We will see that into the next class. Okay, if anyone is